we dive into what Georgia Southern baseball had this past week. The first one was a Tuesday matchup with the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia gets the best of Georgia Southern 7-2 up at Foley Field. But take us into this game. This is one that I don't know that you would necessarily call it a rivalry, but there's definitely something a little extra when you're playing UGA and Georgia Southern.
Yeah, I would say that between like Georgia Southern and Georgia, it's a huge rivalry. It's one of those games that being a Georgia boy, you hear everything about red and black, everything. And so you come to Georgia Southern, it's you want to make a name for yourself and you want to make it known that UGA isn't the top dog or top bird, whatever you want to call it. So going into that game, I think all of us were amped up and ready to go. And they just played a little bit better than us that night. And it happens. But I know that seasons are different, and I'm still living on that high of COVID year. Nice little 3-0 sweep off Georgia. So gotta shout out to that team and what we did that year.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Being from Cumming, did you grow up a Georgia fan, or were you a fan of somebody else growing up?
So this is where it gets a little tricky. I heard a lot about Georgia all growing up, but I actually grew up a huge Florida Gator fan. And it was because my aunt and uncle, they lived down in Marathon, Florida in the Keys, and kind of picked it up down there. But when I was younger and I saw Georgia Southern beat Florida for the first time, and I knew right out of high school I wanted to come to Georgia Southern because I knew they had something special down here.
Gotcha. Eagles would then head to Louisiana to take on the Raging Cajuns. Georgia Southern falls 6-3 on Friday. It was a good start by Jalen Payton. Had to battle through a couple of things, but 4 hits, 3 runs for Payton over 94 pitches. And we've talked about it a lot. The Louisiana environment. It'd be the first time that you got to see what the Cajuns were all about. Yep. What's it like playing in that environment? Probably one of the better that Georgia Southern gets to play in this year.
It was unreal. When we got to practice on Thursday at the field, I was looking at it and I was just like, wait, this is a Sun Belt team. This looks like we're playing in Stark Vegas or Ole Miss or just one of those big time programs. But I mean, it was unbelievable, just a stadium. And then Friday night came rolling around and it was. Man, there was a little 5-year-old down the line in the pen, and he was giving it to us just left and right. We'd be running down. Give a nice little shout out to Jake Martin. This little kid wanted a high five and just took it right away from Jake, and he was doing it all night. And I finally got to the point where I just stopped talking to them, stopped acknowledging them. They were just feeding into it, and there was this one like 3-year-old boy, and
a 3-year-old,
3-year-old, and he was just like, hey, can I get a ball? And I got a ball, gave it to him, and all the other like 5, 6, 7-year-old kids were over there just hounding me after I gave them that ball because they had a Georgia Southern logo on it. Man, they were wearing me out. But it's a great environment. They love to get rowdy. They love to they love their baseball, man. I'll tell you what, they were giving us all a bunch of crap. And then after the game, they feed us. I know on Sunday we got a nice, I think 12-ounce steak. It was good. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you go to Louisiana, you're not going to not eat well.
Oh yeah, no. I think me and Thomas Higgins had Raising Cane's 3 or 4 times over the weekend. I know the nutritionist isn't going to be happy with us, but we had that a bunch, and then we had some seafood pasta and actually some beef tips on Saturday night. And man, it was good, but man, their spices are different.
Get you a little bit?
Oh, it got me good. I was about to jump in the hotel pool just to get some water. I couldn't find any.
Move on to Saturday down in Cajun country. Georgia Southern gets the 4-3 victory over Louisiana. It was a game that Georgia Southern was down 3-0 from the 4th inning until the 8th. Noah Ledford has a 2-run home run in the 8th inning, and then 2 come across in the 9th inning. It was an RBI safety squeeze by Parker Beatier. And then take us through, you're in the dugout for this. Jason Swan busting it down the line, beats out the throw from Bobby Leday. What's that dugout like whenever he reaches first and you realize you just took the lead?
I was actually in the bullpen and I was sitting there, and I kind of do this rally tower thing when it's a close game, whether we're down, tied, just kind of get some good like vibes, good juju, whatever you want to call it. And people are asking me, they were like, "Hey, we need to do it," and I was like, "No, I don't feel it yet. I don't feel it." And it started going off, and basically Swan gets up to bat, and they're just like, "You feeling it yet?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't feel it yet." And it hits a ground ball, and I was just like, "Man, I don't know." And then Swan beats it, and we're all going nuts, and everybody's just like, "Yeah, we didn't need your rally cap anyway, but that's cool."
All right, what's your rally cap?
So I get a bunch of the hats from all the guys, and I start with my hat, and it's forward, and then I put one on backward and go all the way up top till it gets to about like right about here, I want to say.
Right.
And it's a rally tower, rally cap. It's just kind of something I picked up watching baseball growing up, and kept it going. But yeah, after that game, my dad texts me and he goes, "Dude, great game. But can you tell Swanee to check his waistband? I think he broke his waistband on the way down to first." And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll tell him." And I showed it Swan, and we had a good laugh about it.
We're going to get plenty more into your dad a little bit later on. But Georgia Southern moves on, and they fall 5-1 against the Raging Cajuns on Sunday. And even though you lose 2 out of the 3 in that series, that's a series that feels like postseason baseball. It's 2 really good college baseball teams and 3 really good college baseball games. And being somebody that loves the game of baseball, even though you come up on the short end of it, that's got to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was we talk about it a lot just as a team, like a roller coaster, whether it's in a season, life, a game. We've had a lot of comeback wins. We've had a lot of close wins. And it's just a matter of the game. And it happens like that. But the one thing that I think we all just preach to each other, it's not even coaches, it's just us as players, is that whether we're down by 20 or up by 20, you keep playing the same way, whether it's the first or last out. And I think that was one that just went the other way, and that's okay, because we'll have plenty more of those. And but yeah, the postseason baseball feel, it was dang close, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, they were in our mouth, in our face the whole game. Ooh, boy.
We've talked about it a lot during games that this team feels like it's a never quit mentality, find a way. There's been some crazy games that you'll probably never see again of how Georgia Southern wins games. Being a part of a lot of different wins in a lot of different ways, how much fun is that?
It's so much fun. To be honest with you, I couldn't say that about our team a couple years ago or last year. It was just kind of one of those teams that we have this year. And so we'll be sitting there and it's just like we're down by 3 or 4 in the last 3-4 innings, and it's just like nothing's changed. It's still like we're playing the first out, and it's fun. I didn't even know that's what they were calling it till I went on Twitter one day, and it was find a way, and I was just like, oh, I kind of like that. It's a nice little ring to it, if I do say so myself.
I think we're trying to get William Martin at Southern Exchange to make shirts.
Oh, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.